Hi and welcome back. I'm real excited to take you on an exterior video tour of our 2018 Renegade XL. The Renegade XL is a product offering from Renegade that is up in their luxury motor coach class of RVs. The XL can be identified pretty easily by its rounded rooftop. It has a lot of real rounded aerodynamics to it. You can really spot them when you stand back and look. It's just got a really nice look. Resonates very well with a lot of our luxury customers who are looking for just a really beautiful coach. It has a lot of gorgeous body lines on it. You can see the paint is all double clear coated, so once they painted it and striped it, they actually put a clear coat over it, sand it, and then re-clear it. You can also see the attention to detail in all the paint. At 45 foot long, this coach is just very easy to drive. It has incredible stability to it. We've taken a few customers out on test drives and they're just overwhelmed at how easy this thing is to drive. And this coach is absolutely the best of what we know how to put together as a RV distributor working with Renegade. We're going to go ahead and start the tour like we do all of them and take you through the driver's side compartments. Here you can see on this motorhome we've equipped it with 4 8D batteries. While these batteries are very expensive, they're over $1,000 a piece, adding 4 into this coach makes it an all-electric coach. It's just phenomenal. You're going to be able to run televisions, refrigerators off of battery power. You can see here we have a 2800 watt inverter on here, so you're going to have lots of conversion power that converts battery power to AC electricity. Here's a shot of the controller for the 2 roof-mounted solar panels that we've installed on this coach from a power management side. We've really pulled out all the stops on this coach. Now as we move back into the sewage compartment, you'll notice that we put the tried and true macerator system in it. And the reason we really like this system, as I've said before in the other videos, is it makes dumping of the waste just a very simple process. You just take this small blue hose out, put it in the sewage dump station, pull the lever and turn the switch on, and what it does is it grinds up and emulsifies all the waste product and it pumps it down this little hose. It's so much more convenient than sticking a 3-inch, slinky style hose and connecting it onto your sewer system. And then you have to lay it on the ground. And then when you're done, you got to pick it up and try to work all of the product out and rinse it out with a hose. And there's odor concerns with it. Whether you buy a coach from us or not, I just can't say enough about installing the macerator system. We just think it's the absolute best way to go. Another thing I want to talk about a little bit in this sewage compartment is the all-weather aspect. What we've done to try to make this an all-weather coach is we've had Renegade install what's called ceramic temp coat insulation. So before they put in all the sewage system, they've gone in and coated the sewage compartment with this ceramic insulation package to try to keep the heat in. Another thing that we've done is we've mounted an AquaHot heat exchanger in this compartment. So what happens is when you're using the AquaHot heater inside, it's actually circulating hot coolant through a radiator that's in the storage compartment. So this is all heated during the winter. Another thing that we've done is installed heat strips on the bottom of the heat tank. So we have lots of redundancy in here and we want you to be able to use this coach in snow or in the summer and have just the best RV experience you can. Now we're gonna move back into the sewage and water management compartment, and I think Renegade's done a great job of making everything here easy to access. You don't have to crawl underneath a slide to get in here. They put a gas strut on the door so it holds the door open. The Renegade and all the wording are all water jet cut, so you're not relying on a decal from years down the road to tell you what each function is. I'm going to try to walk through this real quick with you. The first function is the spray away function, and really what that amounts to is you have a pressurized hose sprayer. You want to spray out a cooler. If you need to wash your floor mats or anything, you have that function on this. The next lever over is the black tank dump valve. When it comes time to dump your black tank, you pull that lever, then reach down and touch the flow jet button. And that turns on the macerator system and it evacuates all the waste product out of the coach. Then you push the black tank dump valve in, pull the gray tank valve, and what that's going to do is take the soapy water out of the sink in the shower, and it's going to run that down through the flow jet macerator. Cleans out the pump, cleans out the hose. Then you just literally shut the switch off, close the valve, and put the hose back, and you've done dumping your motorhome. The next feature over is the black tank wash, and that's where you can screw a freshwater hose on, and a little sprinkler is going to run inside the black tank to really wash it down for times when you're going to have a little bit of storage, meaning you're going to park the motorhome for extended times. You might want to go in and wash the black tank out. Next, we have a cable connection, and that is if you're in an RV park with a cable connection, you can hook their cable TV connection right in there. Then you have your fill tank. That lever, you can switch it to city water where it's pointed at now, and then you'll have your water connection from the RV park operating all the functions in the coach. Or you can switch it to tank fill if you want to fill up the 150 gallons of water storage you have under the rear bed. A really nice feature incorporated in this is our rapid winterization system. So when you want to drain the water out of this to store your coach, one of the steps you'll do is open that valve, and that's a low point drain. So all the water lines coming into that are at a gravity fed so that it'll drain the water out there just by opening that valve. And then we have a pressurized water spigot in case you want to screw a garden hose on there and be able to fill a little wash bowl or wash a dog. Just have water to fill a little swimming pool, or water just to wash your coach. There's the connection point on that. Another feature of this coach is the power hose reel. So we have the water hose on a power wind reel. Makes it really nice to power in the hose or power out the hose for connection to your seal or water fill connection point. You'll also notice we have a thermostat for the AquaHot heat exchanger in here, and this is where you can set the temperature that you want the heat inside of this compartment. Ideally, just want to keep it above freezing. Now we've moved into the generator compartment, and it's kind of interesting. We've had customers because of the summer from the East Coast that are traveling out here out to the West to vacation, and a few people have stopped in, and almost inevitably the subject of the generator comes up. And I always joke with them. I say, a lot of people that look at a used motorhome want to know how many generator hours are on it. When I tell them, a used coach has 100 hours of generator time, they're like, wow, that's a lot. And all of our longtime Renegade customers just chuckle because we put a generator in here that's designed to be used for hundreds and thousands of hours. And they actually tell you in the owner's manual that it's better to run the generator for 2 hours than it is for 20 minutes. When you buy a luxury motorhome that has luxury equipment like this, you should be just running this thing as much as your heart's content, because it's just built to last the life of the coach. That's why we keep sticking with the Cummins own-in generator. I just think it's probably the best generator on the market. When we move into the XL and our larger classics where we're running 3 air conditioners, we've been stepping up to the 12.5 kW generator. Not only is it enough electricity to power everything inside your coach, you also have auxiliary power. So you could power your stacker trailer, you have reserve power available. I just can't say enough good about this generator. As we get into the last compartment on the driver's side, you'll notice this is kind of a power distribution center. You'll see that we have a surge guard installed on this coach. And what that does is when you connect to an RV park, it's going to monitor the incoming power, and it cleans it up and makes sure that no big surge of power comes in to damage the coach. It'll also let you know if there's an open ground in the RV park, if maybe there's an unsafe situation going on, and it's really just a great insurance policy to have on your coach. You'll also notice we put in a power wind shore cord reel, so these big 50 amp cords, you just push a button. As Jill's showing you here, it's real easy to wind the cord in. We've also installed an additional 110 outlet in the back compartment, just in case you want to have power on the driver's side of the coach, or You want to run a battery charger to your towed vehicle. We tried to make it very convenient and give you lots of 110 outlets. We've also had a 30 amp RV connection installed at the back of the coach, and this is where you can plug in your race trailer if you want, or if you have friends staying with another small travel trailer, you could provide power off the back of your coach. Again, everything we're doing is just to try to enhance the usability of your RV. Well, now we're going to begin our journey around the coach, and we're going to move to the back of the coach, and you could sure see the real beauty of the Renegade XL and the curves of the lines and just how nice a job they've done on the rear cap of this coach, just making a clear statement that this is a Renegade XL when you're going down the road. But the main thing that we really want to go over in the back is the towing capacity of this coach and the features that are found at the rear of the coach. As you can see, this RV has a 40,000 pound hitch installed on it. When you put that big a hitch on this coach, you're making a statement as to the true capabilities of this coach. It's equipped with a ball mount, and this ball mount is rated at 30,000 pounds towing capacity. You can also install a receiver hitch if you're towing a smaller trailer, and it'd be rated at 20,000 pounds. You'll also see here on the right, this coach is equipped with glad hands, so if you're pulling a trailer with air brakes, you have your trailer brakes and supply system already pre-plumbed from Renegade. Then when you come over to the left, you'll see that it has a 7-prong RV outlet for hooking your trailer in, or if you're going to flat tow your vehicle, you could connect the lights right here. And then it also has the Voyager camera connection point. So this coach already has a rear view camera on it, but some customers want the rear view camera and then also have us put a second camera on the back of their towed trailer. And when you do that, this is where you'd make that connection point. As you can see, starting from the top, Renegade's put 5 LED lights up along the top. They've also added a third brake light up high. Then you can see the backup camera, and then the perimeter scene or the area light, LED light that we're having installed on these. And every one of these independently serves a great function. When you put them all together, they're just features that, in my mind, nobody should be without. Now we're going to move along to the curb side of this RV and take you through all of the storage compartments on it. One of our goals is to make you a very informed purchaser, so when you do make the decision to make the investment in a coach of this caliber, you really understand everything that's going on. So here we are at the first compartment in the rear, and all of the compartments have lights in them, and they can all be turned on from inside the coach with one single switch. If you look up against the right-hand wall, this has what's called a propane connection point. Now, while this is an all-electric coach, we did have Renegade install a propane tank under the coach, so if you want to run a barbecue grill, you have a connection point right there. If you never plan on using propane, you just wouldn't fill the propane tank, but it's just a nice feature. A lot of our customers like to tailgate or host big events, and it's nice to have 38 gallons of extra propane on board. Now we're at the AquaHot. We've asked Renegade to mount our AquaHots in the rear compartments. And the reason we do that is when the bedroom slide comes out, it becomes a little more difficult to gain access to the compartment. And this is a compartment that really, other than once or twice a year, you should never have to get into. So there was a lot of thought in strategically locating where this AquaHot heater went so that we're not using prime storage boxes that are up closer to the front that you'll be using day in and day out. I'm going to do my best to give you a quick rundown of how the AquaHot heating system works. What it amounts to is this is a diesel-fired boiler, and you'll notice the rubber hoses coming out of it. Inside of the coach, there's radiators located in strategic areas on the motorhome. They're just a little radiator or heat exchanger, and hot glycol is circulated through them when you turn the heater on. So when you turn the AquaHot on, if you're just traveling down the road or you're not running the generator, the diesel burner is going to come on. It's going to heat the glycol up, and the glycol begins circulating through the coach. As the glycol is circulating through your heat exchangers, they start to warm up. So what's neat about it is if the bathroom starts to get cold, the thermostat will come on and a little fan will come on and start blowing air across that heat exchanger, and it just blows warm air into that compartment. So we can set the motorhome up with different heating zones. Another feature is when you're driving down the road, you can flip a switch, and instead of the boiler doing the heat, the engine will circulate hot glycol throughout the coach, and you use the engine heat to heat the coach up. Another really neat feature about the AquaHot is when you plug into an RV park, the diesel-fired burner will switch to an electrical heating element. So now you're using electrical heat to heat up the boiler. This is a very expensive option, and a lot of people absolutely swear by it. And I absolutely think that it's the right heating system for this coach. Now, as we move into the next storage compartment, you'll see this is where we put the central vac, or rather Renegade installed it. You also get an additional 110 outlet down there. Having this central vac located in this compartment is really nice. If you want to vacuum out your tow vehicle, you can just plug the hose in right there and go to town. It's just a really nice system. Now, as we move another compartment forward, you'll notice this is where we've installed the Dometic Fridge freezer combo, and our parts department found this style of Dometic and we just absolutely love it. So one of the neat features about it is it has two storage compartments. You can set one side up as a refrigerator, the other side as a freezer. You can make both compartments refrigerators. You can make both compartments freezers, so you get a lot of different options. But probably the biggest selling point for me and why we've chose this brand of fridge freezer is because it's Wi-Fi connected. So we can download the app to your cell phone or to your IWS iPad. And as you're driving down the road, if the fridge or freezer gets too warm, it's going to alarm you on your iPad. You can also control the temperature from inside the coach. You know, last year when I went to Alaska with my family and we were catching a bunch of salmon, we froze them, and we had a 3,000-mile drive home in our Renegade. Our fridge freezer wasn't Wi-Fi connected, so every time we stopped, I'd open the compartment, slide the freezer out, and make sure the thing was still working so my fish weren't thawing out, and it just kind of wore on me the whole trip. So finding this fridge freezer, I knew, as well as our parts department, instantly that this was the right fridge freezer for IWS customers and what we would put in our coaches. Another thing that we do is the slide out tray on there is a tray that we build in-house. Nobody offered a tray that would fit this fridge freezer, so we just built it ourselves. Now we're in the last storage compartment. As you can see, there's lots of room in here. It also comes with a step well cover, so if you're inside the coach and you want to cover the steps, you have a nice cover. Here's a shot of the 32-inch outside entertainment center. It's become very popular with our customers. Has AM, FM, CD player, as well as DVDs. We've also had Renegade connected to the DirecTV satellite inside, so you can watch DirecTV from outside. We've also had Renegade install an outside 110 outlet so that if you want to run a electric barbecuer, or like me, I like to use a vacuum packer to seal my fish, it's all right there and convenient. And we located it all under this beautiful Carefree 2-stage awning. And if you've been watching the videos, you know we've become big fans of this. We just had a couple in last night from New York who takes their Renegade to dog shows, and they were just telling us how pleased they are with that 2-stage awning that Carefree offers. Here's a quick shot of the keypad that's located on the grab handle. I think it's a real nice location to put the keyless entry. I also want to point out that the door handle is also lighted, so it's just kind of a nice feature in the evening. I failed to mention as we went around the motorhome that we've installed our IWS LED lighting package completely around the coach, so at night you can have close to a 300-degree view around the coach. You can light everything up in the evenings, and I just think you're going to find great enjoyment in that. Now we're going to move up onto the roof, and this is a new feature that we've been incorporating in to kind of show you some of the details that are normally not seen up on the roof of a coach. So one of the first things I want to draw your attention is that Renegade's done the roof in all white. And obviously that was done to help reflect the heat off the top of the coach. This RV does have a full walk-on roof on it, so if you do need to get up there and you're wearing soft-soled shoes, you can go up on the roof and work on things. Here's a shot of the solar panel that we put on the coach. There's actually two. It's a little hard to see the second one in this shot. We put two on there. It works really nice if you're leaving your coach outside. It just helps to maintain the batteries on it, and we think it's a real nice feature. Another feature that we've been doing for quite a while that I think goes overlooked in most RVs is the Max Air roof vent. So the normal vents that most people put on their RV is just the regular old vent that opens, and usually they have a rain sensor on them, so if it rains, the vent closes. But what's really neat about this is you can have this vent running when you're driving down the road, and it'll also work in a rainstorm. As the rain's coming down, it's bringing fresh air from underneath, and we just really think it's just a great option that we could include on our RVs. Again, it's an overlooked option, but for us it's very important just to keep enhancing the usability of this coach. Now we're going to talk about the Winegard Traveler satellite system. Currently, we feel this is one of the best satellite systems on the market. The only downside to it is that you can't use it when you're driving down the road, but I want to explain the difference in the two. So most of the in-motion satellites are a dome that mounts on top of your coach, and as you're driving down the road, it has a satellite in it that's probably the size of a small dish plate. And that satellite will lock onto usually only one satellite at a time, which means you're not able to get HD channels on DirecTV, and you're also not able to use a DVR recorder. Being able to only lock onto one channel, there's a lot of satellite channels that you may not be able to get reception on. When you move to the Winegard Traveler, you can see here the size of the dish. This is a competent satellite system, and it locks onto 3 satellites. Once it does that, if you have DirecTV, now you can get HD channels and you can use your DVR recorder. So what's really neat about that, a lot of our customers will record a bunch of TV shows, and then as they're driving down the road, they'll play the TV shows back. For most people, this is probably the best choice they could do in a satellite system. There's still some people that want to use just a straight in motion, and I understand that. We can also, if you custom order your coach, we can put both an in motion and the Winegard Traveler on it. Well, here we go. We're going to move up and talk about this mighty power plant on this coach. And boy, I just can't say enough about having 600 horse of Detroit power under the hood. At this point, and I always have to have a disclaimer, when I'm talking about satellite systems and AquaHot and refrigerators, but currently, as of today, we're in the month of July 2017, this is the largest engine on planet Earth that we can put in a motorhome. And all you got to do is drive this thing one time and you'll understand how impressive 600 horsepower and 1,850 foot-pounds of torque really is. When it comes to serviceability of this engine, you can take it to any Freightliner dealer or a Detroit dealer to get service work on, and they really understand how to work on trucks. This is a true Class 8 chassis. If we took the motorhome conversion off and put a fifth wheel plate on it, you could gross weigh, if you put it all on a scale, up to 80,000 pounds, and it's designed to do that for millions of miles with a sleeper team, a driver and a co-driver running 24 hours a day. This is a truck that really deserves to get out on the road and run. When I see RVs and they're 10 years old and they only have 5,000 or 6,000 miles on it, I think, wow, that's kind of a bummer. I love it when customers bring their motorhome in and it's 5 years old and they've got 50 or 100,000 miles on it. That means they're getting out and using it. This thing is meant to get out on the road and run and see the country with reliability and comfort and power. And, I just can't say enough about this thing. But I think it's probably be best if you just call us or come over for a test drive and we can talk a little bit more about what is the right power plant. I mean, 600 horse isn't right for everybody. Maybe you want 350 horse or 470 or 560. There's all kinds of choices. And one of the things that we really are priding ourselves on is that we're trying to guide you and let you choose what's best for you and your family when selecting a coach. I truly want to thank you for spending a little time with us today, and I can't wait to have you come by and visit us. Thanks again for your time.